I'd like to thank you for letting me demonstrate the Forex Pro Toolkit for you. First, we need to open MetaTrader and also the FPT order UI. Now let's take a look at the parameters. I'm using 0.4 lots to trade, and I've set it to scale out of losing trades, taking partial loss at 10 pips, scaling out half of the trade at that point, and then taking out the rest of it at a loss of 20 pips. I want the stop to change to break even on a profit level of 7 pips, the stop being moved to break even plus 1 pip profit. That way I lock in at least 1 pip profit once the profit gets to 7 pips. And I'm using automatic trailing stops, and I've got it set for the use simples trailing stops. And it'll be a 15 pip trailing stop starting at 15 pips with a step change of 1 pip. The second trailing stop, if it gets to 50 pips profit, it'll start using a 30 pip trailing stop. And again, step changes 1 pip. Let's see. Now, yes, I'm using automatic take profits. It's going to take 50% of the trade at 8 pips profit. Then when it gets to 25 pips profit, it's going to take another half of the remaining trade out. Then if it ever gets to 100 pips profit, it'll close out everything. Those I'll leave all as defaults, and the rest just leave as default for this demonstration. Here I'm going to go long on the euro, so I press the buy button, and you can see the setup arrow indicating that it's a long position. This arrow is where the trade initiated. This is the break-even point, which indicates the point at which the profit is 0. And here we have the stop loss automatically put in. On the euro, I turned off the scale out of losing trades, but I still have it set on the pound, so we can see the difference. Now let me enter a buy position on the pound. So I go over here and press the buy button. Note that this is not a demonstration of good trading practices. This is just a demonstration of the software. So you can see that there's a 20 pip stop loss set, and of course all the stop loss and the break-even point and that kind of thing is set. Here I'm going to lower the labels for the Forex Pro Toolkit. So I go over to the FPT order UI and press the parameters button. Then change the label Y coordinate to say 150. Press enter, and now it's lowered. On the pound, we just hit the point where I want to take half my losses out. So you can see it was taken out at negative 11 pips. You can see that part of the trade is closed by the dot at the end of the profit label. Also, the color of the profit label is darker. And here we see that the euro just got stopped out, so it shows the net profit of negative 15.5 pips on 0.4 lots, And that's the closing arrow with the trade connector line connecting it to the start arrow. Now on the pound, you see that it's really jumping up, and it just hit not only the 7 pip profit level, so that the stop loss is moved up to the break even +1, but it also hit my take profit point, which was 8 pips. Since the stop loss is at break even +1, we have 1 pip locked in. And we'll just keep waiting, see what happens. And here I just got stopped out. And again, you see a label giving you the net profit for the entire trade. And it takes into account all the partial profits that were taken. And you can easily see at a glance that this was a long trade, and because of the trade connector lines, you can easily see at what point I took partial profits out. After the Forex Pro Toolkit EA takes a snapshot of my trades, I go over to my Excel summary that uses the Forex Pro Toolkit add-in. And since this is a new week, I'll go to Import New Data, and then we browse to the MetaTrader installation. So I was using forex.com, experts, and then go to files. Now it was this 1 week of 10/24, and that adds the 2 trades that we just did. And now here gives the date and the chart, and I could input a strategy. So it gives the server date and the time and the local time and the magic number, and both of these were losses. It gives the net profit, which in this case was minus 15.5 and minus 3.425 on 0.4 lots. Now it gives also a hyperlink to the chart, so you can just click that, and it brings up the snapshot of the chart, so you can easily see at a glance that you were going long. You got in the trade right here, that was the break-even point, and it immediately turned south on me, and I got stopped out here. So we want to look at the other one. You can see that I got in here and had partial loss here at minus 11 pips, and then I had a profit of 8.7 and then closed at this point here. Now it also goes through and it gives all the points where you took partial profits. So here it took half at minus 11, another half at 8.7, and closed it out at minus 0.4. So you can go to pivot tables, and this is a table for the day. This is by day. You can actually select different week, and you can look at trades by week and see how you're doing by week. This is very useful to see how consistent you are, and you can look at it by strategy. So this is how I keep track of my trades and learn from my mistakes. And thank you for letting me demonstrate this to you, and I hope you find it very useful.